Hi guys, this is George back here with another vlog, and today I'm here at Thorpe Park for a very special experience that I'm going to be taking part in later this evening. Today I'm going to be doing a Saw the Ride VIP behind the scenes tour, which I'm really looking forward to. So of course they've got a number of behind the scenes experiences here at Thorpe Park. You've got the coaster climbs, you can also have your VIP days as well. You can have a host go around the park with you, and you have the behind the scenes tours. There are 3 rides that offer behind the scenes tours, including Saw the Ride. You also have Ghost Train and The Walking Dead the ride. But I've heard from a lot of the VIP hosts, when I climbed the Swarm and also when I climbed Hyperia, the VIP host said that out of the 3 behind the scenes that they have here, Saw the Ride is definitely the best of the 3. So therefore that's why I've decided to do this one. I've paid £56 for this experience. If you're an annual pass holder, you get 20% off, so it makes it £56. If you're not an annual pass holder and you're coming as a regular day guest, it's £70 per person. So yeah, that's another good perk of having a Merlin annual pass or just a Thorpe Park annual pass. Then you can get 20% off these VIP experiences. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Unfortunately, the weather's not great today. We've literally just had a massive downpour. However, yeah, it has stopped now, luckily, but I think it is going to be on and off throughout the day. I was going to film a full park vlog today as well. However, with the fact that the weather's been so bad, and also there was a lot of traffic on the way here, it's literally gone 1 o'clock now because the traffic getting here was so, I was literally stuck in traffic for over an hour joining onto the M25. So yeah, it was really bad. So I thought I'd come back here in a few days. We got some nice weather forecasted for the next couple of weeks, so I'll come back here on a sunnier day, get here earlier, make sure I'm here earlier and when there's no traffic, and then I can have a full day on park in the sun, filming a vlog, getting all the updates and getting on lots of rides. So this video is going to be dedicated to the Saw the Ride behind the scenes tour. I guess for this I'm going to go for a ride on it in a minute. I'll go in the single rider queue, go and see how it's running, and here we go. So yeah, I'm going to go for a ride on here, and this video will be all about my experience doing the VIP Saw the Ride behind the scenes tour, which I'm so excited for this. This is going to be brilliant. So Saw the Ride was pretty good there. Not the most comfortable ride I've had on it this year. It seemed a bit rougher today, but it really can depend on all sorts of different factors like the weather, the temperatures, what seat you're in, what train you're on. It can depend on a lot of factors. But yeah, it was still good to get on there, and I got on really quickly in the single rider queue. So it's now the end of the day, and I'm heading over to the reception, where I'm gonna obviously just arrive there, let them know I'm here, and then we'll be walked over to, I assume, the marquee to get shown like the safety briefing like we did with the Hyperia climb. So with this experience, I'm going to do a full review after it's finished. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to like film. I think I'm allowed to take photos during the tour, but I don't think I'm allowed to take videos. So I'll see what I can do with whatever's going on. It's like with the coaster climbs, there are some specific sections where they ask you not to take photos at all, no cameras at all. To seeing that, like when you go into the op booth, I assume we're going to be going into the op booth with this tour, so there'll probably be no cameras in there. But yeah, I am really looking forward to seeing this, and I'll put in as many photos as I can. Right then, so it's now the next day, and it was an absolutely fantastic tour. So yeah, I'm going to talk about all of the details now. So I headed to the VIP reception, waited there for a bit, and then the VIP host came. Then we walked over to the marquee where they gave us a little presentation. I wasn't expecting this, but yeah, like with the coaster climbs, we sat in there and like with Hyperia, and we watched a safety briefing. But with this one, they put on a little PowerPoint presentation, which is really cool, talking about the history of the ride. Of course, it was codenamed Project Dylan, showing us lots of concepts for the ride, talking about what they wanted and what the ride was going to look like, and then throughout the construction, and then of course it opened in 2009 as the world's first horror-themed roller coaster. I was not expecting a presentation from that, which was really good. That was really cool to see, like an extra little part of the experience. We then headed over to the ride itself, and we started off by going into some of the outdoor areas, like the outdoor ride areas. So we went through what normally would be like the single rider queue area, and then they took us through one of the backstage gates. We went behind the station and right over to where the lift hill is. We were really close to the lift hill. So of course you start off with the indoor section and then you make your way outside to where the lift hill is. So we were right underneath that. We got to stand around there, ask a few questions, take some photos around there, and then we got taken to another area right by the mid-course brake run. So we were literally standing right underneath the mid-course brake run and right next to the airtime hill on there. And then of course you could see the dive loop on there, which is right by the end of the ride, and we got some amazing photos there. It was really cool to get some really unique views of Hyperia there as well. If you're doing this tour, this is the only time where you can get these kind of views of Hyperia. You can see the first drop. You're looking right, like literally standing right underneath the lift hill, looking up at the first drop. You can get really close to the outer bank as well, which is really cool. So yeah, if you want these unique views of Hyperia, then you'll have to take part in this tour, because this is the only time where you can get these views. So yeah, it was really cool to be able to see those views and get some photos, which I'll put on screen now. And then of course, yeah, then we went back past like underneath the mid-course brake run, and that was the point where we then went back onto the plaza, and we then headed up the exit into the station. All the lights were turned on in the station, which was really cool to see. Of course, normally it's very dark in there. You've got the show lighting on with all the audio, so there's a lot of stuff that you wouldn't normally see. It's much darker in there. With all the lights on, you can see everything. It's much brighter in there. They had all the trains parked in there. Of course, with Saw the Ride, most of the trains, when they park them at night, they're just parked up in the station, so we could see them all lined up in a row throughout the station, which was really cool. And we then went into the op booth, where we locked off, and then they talked to us about everything in the op booth. This was the point where we weren't allowed to take any photos, but they showed us the console and what all the buttons do, and showed us everything else. Like we saw the CCTV cameras in there. There was lots of other like concepts in there as well, like concept art of the rides, and some theming to fit in with the ride itself, which was really cool. And talking all about the tech behind the ride, how everything works, all the different modes that it can run on, which was really interesting. It was really cool to see that concept. There were loads of CCTV cameras in there as well. I really like going into the op booths on these behind the scenes tours and seeing all the cameras and seeing where they, seeing all the views of the areas. Of course, that the ride operator would normally have to be keeping an eye on, making sure that everything's how it should be with the ride. So yeah, that was really interesting to see. We then made our way out of the op booth, and we then went down a set of stairs, just a small set of stairs, and we went underneath the track in the station, which was really cool. So we got to see underneath the trains, like we saw the wheels and all the underneath section of the station, which is really cool to see. I wasn't expecting to go down there, so that was really cool. It was quite low headroom. If you are going on this tour, do be aware there's quite a lot of steps, and also there are some sections where it's not a lot of headroom, so you will if you're tall, then there'll be a lot of ducking that you're going to have to do on there, like ducking underneath the track and coming up, like ducking down and coming up to the other side, and making your way around. So yeah, there's definitely do be careful on here. There's a lot of kind of uneven walkways and steps down and wires and tripping hazards, so but they do warn you of all of that, obviously, before you go over there. So yeah, it was really cool to see underneath the train. We then carried on making our way further down, where we then went into the actual indoor section of the coaster. So we started off going right by the first drop. So of course, when you start on Saw the Ride, you take a right-hand turn out of the station. If you're on the first train of the dispatch, then you carry on going straight through. If you're on the second train, then you stop for a bit, and you see the Billy Puppet coming out from the side on his bicycle. So you stop there and you watch him for a bit. So we got to see like underneath that first drop. So after that section, you then make another right-hand turn where you go to the swinging axes. You see like right in front of you, so it looks like you're going to go right underneath them, and then you see the spikes just below you as well that come up, and you drop right underneath the spikes. So that first drop, we got to stand right underneath it, which was really cool, and you'll see some photos and some short clips here. We were allowed to take short videos. It's just no like kind of vlogging on there. However, I thought we weren't going to be allowed to take any videos at all, but they did say if you're taking just like a small like Instagram reel kind of video, then you can. However, no vlogging, like full-on vlogging whilst you're going on there. So that was good. I was able to get a few videos in there as well, which you'll see of this first drop, which is really cool to see. And what is amazing about this indoor section as well, two things. One, how small the building actually is and how much they fit into that small building. And two, how amazing the show lighting is when the ride is actually in operation during its normal operational hours. They do a fantastic fantastic job at hiding away all of the bits that they don't want you to see, all of the workings, all of the supports, like holding stuff up, holding the props of theming up, and all the effects. Like you could see, like where, especially with the swinging axes and the spikes, you could see the scaffolding that was supporting the spikes. Then you could see all the workings that would make the axes swing back and forth. But normally you wouldn't be able to see that because it's so dark that you wouldn't be able to see that. But they have the show lighting perfectly, so they can show it'll light up the bits they want you to see, but the bits they don't want you to see are completely covered up, which is amazing how they've done it. There's actually a lot of empty space in there, but you wouldn't know because you can't see it normally. And when you do this tour, you realise how much empty space there actually is, and you'll see that on some of these photos that I've taken as well. After this section, we then got taken to the Heartline roll, the first inversion of the ride, of course. You go down that first drop and around a left-hand turn. You then go into another mid-course section, another block section, where you've got all the air cannons that go off, and then you do another little drop down into the Heartline roll. And the Heartline roll takes you through the famous bathroom scene from the movie. So that was really cool to see. To be honest, this again, normally you don't really notice all of the theming around here when you're on the ride, because it goes by so fast, and also because it's really dark as well. You can't normally see all this theming, but there's actually a lot to see around there. Of course, the main thing you notice when you're actually on the ride is John Kramer lying on the floor, and he sprays water up into the rider's face as you're upside down. You go right above him, hanging upside down, and water sprays up from him right up at you, which is a very cool part of the ride, and it was really cool to see this up close and really take in all of the details of it. But you've got all the urinals and the sink on there, all the tiles, but you don't normally notice how well themed this scene actually is because you just go through it so quickly. Like, first of all, you're upside down, like you're literally going through a Heartline roll, so you're not really taking in the theming. You're more thinking about the fact that 1, you're being flipped upside down, 2, there's water being shot up at you, and 3, the fact that you're about to go outside and it's starting to build up speed. But yeah, you don't normally notice the theming, and it's pretty dark in there as well normally, so you don't always notice these details, so it was really cool to see that. Of course, we saw all the sensors as well that make all the effects go off, all the theming. It was absolutely brilliant. And then yeah, we then got taken back to the top through the station. We then locked out again, got our padlocks back, and we then went back down to the plaza where we all got back together again, and our VIP host took the keys back. We then went back to the marquee, and we got given a poster, which you'll see here. So you can see you as part of the experience, you get given this poster, and you also get a lanyard with an ID card and also a pin badge as well, which you'll see on here. But overall, I was really impressed with this behind the scenes tour. It was great to see behind the scenes of this fascinating ride, because I mean, like, going through that indoor section especially now, I'm never going to see that the same way again, because it's like I've seen it all behind the scenes now, and it's like I know, like, oh, if you look over there then there's all this empty space, and you look up there and there's all the workings for all of this thing and all the show lighting and where all the main lights are, and all of that is, I'm never going to be able to see it the same way again now that I know like all the little secrets about the ride, which is really cool. I definitely recommend the tour. £70 if you're just a standard day guest, £56 if you're an annual pass holder. I would definitely say it's worth the money. I really enjoyed it. It was about a 90-minute experience overall, and yeah, I was really impressed with it. The VIP host was absolutely fantastic on there. We had Abby on there. She was absolutely brilliant, very informative, really friendly, very approachable as well. Like, any questions you have, she would do her best to answer them, taking us through, making sure it wasn't rushed as well. It's like making sure, like, oh, has everyone got the photos they want? I don't want to rush you. Just, like, do you want to stay here for a bit? Do you want to carry on? Like, she was really good at making sure that the experience felt very premium. And of course, with this as well, like with the coaster climbs, there's a lot less of you doing it. There was about 10 people in this group. With the coaster climbs, they feel a lot more personal with the fact that there's a lot less people there. With this one, it was still really good. The fact, like, she was chatting to everyone, making sure that everyone felt like they were like being a part of the experience. It did still feel very personal, despite the fact that there were a lot more people there, which I was really surprised by. I wasn't expecting it to feel that personal, but I was very impressed with the experience overall, and I definitely recommend it. But that's now the end of this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at George Kelly, and follow me on Twitter at George Kelly. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, everyone, and I'll see you all later. Bye.